Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, you're going to be able to leave this video and say you got the runaround from Bumblebee Junction. Hang on, I'll explain.
Check it out.
Alright guys, Tina and I have a lot of things going on today. We've been working on tilling up the gardens. I've got the main garden road. We're going to be planting some cabbage. We've got some other things that have already gone in today. We've made a trip to town and we just have several things going on. So I'm going to have to move quick through the video. But before I get going on the video, we had a viewer question that I usually address about once a year. And time we're going to address it here and then we'll just leave it be. As you know, I am a disabled veteran, and part of that is I lost the lower lobes of both lungs. So I'm down about 40% of my lung capacity, and I have had 2 heart attacks. So I take a number of medications. Those medications make me photophobic. You may laugh, that sounds silly, photophobic, but that is not a fear of light. A fear of light is heliophobic. Photophobic is a sensitivity to light. My eyes are very sensitive to light. So when you see me in my sunglasses, that's why. We did a little thing last year. Even my indoor prescription glasses are tinted, but you will rarely see me without glasses, and if you do, I'll probably be crying with a migraine. So guys, I'm photophobic. That's all there is to it. We don't make a big deal of the disability here on the channel. That's not what we're about. We're here to grow a garden. We're here to have some fun. We're here to learn a little something. So I'm going to grab this camera. I hope that addresses the question for this year. We're going to go ahead and get on with this video. I got a lot of running around to do. So we're going to poke our heads around, see what we can see, and get on with this video. All right, guys, we're out here at the main garden. We'll catch up with Tina here. She's out here planting some cabbages, and we're using the Gaia planting method. We'll dig a little hole in the ground. She's putting the plants in with a little bit of our super soil around them. Say hi to everybody, T. We're sneaking up on you. But we got these rows put in here. We'll slide down through here. We run these in with the tractor tires and we make them different patterns. Right now she's planting in a medium, what we'd call a medium row, which is good for cabbages and pepper plants, stuff like that. We need to space out a little bit, but they're made by double tracking. You can see the 2 sets of tractor tires side by side. But we'll move down here. Here's some single rowing. We're going to throw some of our sweet corn in down here. So we're going to single row up here. And over here we got our onions and our potato buckets. You saw us put those together the other day. Hopefully, if you didn't, you can go back and check out the video. It's the video right before this one. But got our spare onions down through there. But there's some single rowing. We're going to throw some sweet corn in there. We'll do some squash planting and cabbage and peppers and stuff over there in those few medium rows. And then in the other corn patch, we're not going to do that solely sweet corn over there. We got 2 different kinds we're going to grow this year. So we're going to grow half of it over here and half of it over there. And then we're going to plant some squash and stuff over there that you haven't seen us do before. So we're going to change things up just a little bit of crop rotation or whatever you want to call it. But we're going to just swap things around just a little bit so we can get some more out of our garden space this year. All right, guys, we're down here on the end of the raised beds, and this is one of the beds that we planted. And I don't think you've seen this one yet, but this is just some Brussels sprouts. And on this end, we put some head lettuce and 1 cherry tomato plant. 1 cherry tomato plant, if you properly take care of it, it'll probably have enough cherries for a family of 6, and we're just a family of 2. So we don't plant too many cherry tomato plants. We usually 1 will do us and keep us in salads and stuff. But this is a new bed we've got planted up here since you were here last time in the raised bed garden. Thought I'd give you a look at it. All right, we'll just stop over here real quick and say hello to the chickens. Everybody seems to enjoy the chickens. These are our blue lace red Wyandottes. But we're getting ready to hatch out a bunch of these. We got some in the incubator. But a nice big blue male back there and a big splash male up front here. So these are our blue lace red Wyandottes, and you'll usually hear them in the background of our videos, but it looks like they've been playing in the mud, so we'll just leave them be so they can get cleaned up. Alright guys, I'll pop over here on this bed real quick. Tina had said that the radishes were coming up. There's a couple rows of radishes on each end of this bed, and she wasn't kidding. They are on their way up. So we'll be thinning these soon. We'll go down here to the other end of the bed. Yeah, there's a few of them down on this end too. But thought I'd show you the radishes. They were just planted the other day. It's unbelievable how fast they come up. But we'll slide over here and see if we can find something else to look at. All right guys, we're gonna ease our way down through here. You guys have seen the garlic patches before. Just want to show you it's still doing really, really well. It's getting taller, but about mid-May, early June, we're gonna start looking at pulling the garlic. So we'll be watching for the bottom third or maybe half of the leaves to turn brown. On the hardneck garlic, we're gonna have to cut the scapes on them. We'll explain that later on in the season. But we're gonna be watching for the lower leaves. When they start to brown up, we'll start doing a little test digging around and checking the bulbs. That'll help us decide when we're gonna harvest. So thought we'd show you this real quick. The garlic is still doing well. We'll move on and find something else. All right guys, we're out here in the raised bed garden, and while I got your attention for just a minute, I want to say a word or two about our friend Sean over at the Keeping It Dutch channel. Now, Dutch is getting real close to the 100,000 subscriber mark, and Dutch has been a big help to us all the way from building our channel from nothing up to a little over 15,000 subscribers now, and Dutch has played a major role in that, and we're appreciative to him for that. So Dutch is getting close to 100,000. He's within 3,000 last time I looked. It's going to take a big push. He'd like to make 100,000 before the little gathering that he's planning out there in Oklahoma. So we'd like to see him make it to his 100,000 goal and get that silver play button from YouTube. So I know a lot of you guys came over from Dutch's channel, but if you didn't or you don't know who he is, I'm going to put a link up above in the corner. And when the video's over, I'd like you to come back to that link, head over to Dutch's channel, and subscribe to his channel. He needs all the subscribers he can get, and Dutch is a great guy, wonderful family. You've heard us talk about him before. We thanked him at 5,000, we thanked him at 10,000, and we've had to thank him now at 15,000. He has been around all the way from the very, very beginning. So we're gonna hope that you guys will come back here. I'm gonna put this link up here in the corner, and then if you guys would, go over there, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you hit that bell for notifications, and we're gonna go ahead and let it go with that. We're gonna run around here, find a couple more things to look at, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. All right guys, we're just gonna keep rolling. I don't know what's gonna be worse, the wind noise or the chicken noise. So we thought we'd just roll in here. I wanna show you these peas coming up around the fence. We'll have peas up here soon, and they'll be ready to go. We'll slide over here to the other pea box. They're looking real good over here too. Now we got two more. I'm gonna move to the front of the raised bed garden. But these two boxes over here on either side of the entryway are both planted in peas as well. And they are just starting to come up. Let me get over here and get you a little close-up look. But if you can see them, they're starting to make their way up too. So we should have 4 of these 40-inch by 40-inch boxes full of snow peas, and we'll be glad to have them here come later in the season. We should be able to get them up and get them picked off before it gets too hot here. But we'll see what else we can find. That's the peas, and they are doing well. All right, gonna roll down through the snacker onion bed real quick. They're not really getting big to start munching on yet, but they're still doing well, and still a bunch of them in there. Now, like I said, we'll go through here, we'll pick every other one, and then we'll pick every other row, and that'll just leave a good bunch of them, probably still well over 100 of them, to get way, way big and a really good size. So we like to have onions to snack on all the way through the year, so we call this our snacker bed, and right now it's got 650 onions in it. We'll see how it goes. All right guys, real quick here, these are the brassicas you saw us put in the other day. We got broccoli and Brussels sprouts in both beds. So there's a nine broccoli, and oh, there's some flat Dutch cabbage in there too. The 4 corners there are flat Dutch cabbage. The 2 in the center our Brussels sprouts. So that'd be 4 cabbage, 2 Brussels, and 9 broccoli in each one of these 2 boxes. They're both the same. And then there are 2 cabbages and a broccoli in each one of these planter boxes. So, or no, I'm sorry, there are 2 cabbages and 1 Brussels sprout in each one of these buckets. But we'll see how they do. They're going to be awful crowded. Anyway, these are the brassicas we put in. We got a bunch more broccoli in the garage that we just planted the other day. You saw us do that. But the brassicas here, we showed them the other day. They had to survive the hailstorm that we told you guys about in our last video. So they're still kicking. They got hit with some hail, but they bounced right back up, and we're glad to have them still. What do you say, black chickens? You guys want to be on video? You know, come on out here. Come see Daddy. I'll make you YouTube famous. You just come on out here. Guys, these are our Ayam Cemanis. These are all black chickens. They have black skin, black eyes, black wattles, you name it. Their skin's black, their organs are black. The only thing that's not black are the eggs they lay. That is a rumor. They lay a medium-sized cream-colored eggs, mostly white, but they do not lay black eggs, despite what you may have heard on the internet. Not everything there is true. All right, guys, we got a good solid turn on the corn patch while we were out goofing around this morning, but it is not ready for planting yet, nor is the soil warm enough here for corn. So we want a good germination rate when we plant our sweet corn. We depend on it. It is one of the biggest staples we grow here. So we'll get another turn or 2 on this before you see us planting sweet corn over here, and we're probably going to reserve what you see is the left. We're probably going to, that's the front of the corn patch. We're probably going to reserve a few rows in the front of the corn patch for some other things like squash and stuff, because we're going to be adding a second corn over in the other garden, and we're going to need to bring some of the stuff we normally grow over there over to this garden. So I'll explain that a little bit more when we get closer, but I just wanted to show you we got a good turn on the corn patch and the soil's looking great. All right, I'm going to show you guys something here in a second, but I want you to take a note. We're looking down through the orchard here. I don't know how many trees are in here, 30 or so. But over here on the right, that is the creek. There's the distance across the orchard. And over there in the back left, in the brush, is Tina's pond. So I want you to see how big the distance is there between the creek and the pond. There's probably 60 feet there. So what I'm going to show you, I just want you to see what kind of distances we're talking about, and I'll explain that here in a second. All right, guys, we're back here at the far edge of the orchard now. Pretty little cherry tree out in bloom. But we're at the far end of the orchard now, and over there is the creek. You can look through the trees and see the creek over there down in the gully. There is the creek, and I'm going to turn around 180 degrees. There's the house up there. There's the pond. There's Tina's secret tunnel. And we planted these trees here when we first moved here. And they have gotten really, really, really tall and made this beautiful tunnel along the edge of her pond. And she likes to come down here and do her thinking, and likes to sit down here and watch her fish jump in the pond and stuff. But to give you an idea, we've been wrestling around with this beaver in the creek forever, and I want to show you that he's come over here and cut up her trees. Now luckily these are a type of hybrid willow, and they will grow right back. As long as he doesn't cut them completely to the ground, they'll reshoot. Here's another one he cut right here, but you can see the shoots already covering the base of it. There's some more of his damage down there. But he's done some real numbers here. Hanging out there, let's see, over there, and hanging out over the water, that is a twisty willow, or a curly willow. They call them both names. There used to be a whole line of them along here. He's cut every single one of them, and they will not grow back. But I just wanted to show you, when we talk about possibly having to get rid of him, he has come across 60 feet of open ground. Come over here. He is not in this pond. We've watched this pond at night. We've watched it first thing in the morning when they're active. He's not in this pond. He may swim in there once in a while, but he is cutting this stuff, and we found the drags and dragging it 60 feet back to the creek. And he could just as easily have cut every tree in that orchard over there. So when we say that beavers can be destructive or that we might have to do something about him, I know that's upsetting. Nobody wants to see anything harmed, and Tina and I have a tendency to agree. This is their house and we're just living in it. But guys, we got a pretty good investment here, and I don't think he has a right to take it out. So we're gonna do our best to move him on, as we always have, with non-lethal ways. We'll find a swimming pool. We got plenty of chickens and they lay plenty of eggs. We throw a bunch of rotten eggs in his pool. He usually goes and looks for fresher water. But we have got to get him to move on. We can't afford the damage he does. But just to show you, you can put a lot of effort into something and they just cut it out without any regard. That's their lot in life. They're animals and that's what they do. But we got to live here too. So we're gonna see if we can't move him on to brighter pastures, and hopefully things will work out with him. But please don't be upset with us. We've got a lot of work invested in our property here, and we don't want him tearing it up. All right, guys, we'll stop in here for a quick look. These are our buff-laced Brahmas, but odds are you've probably not seen this coloration. This is a kind of unique coloration for the Brahmas. The Brahmas get really, really large, but we've got these here. We're down to just a few, but we called them down for our breeding program. So we've got a bunch of eggs that we picked up off of them. We're getting ready to hatch out a bunch of them to improve the program, and we'll let you guys see those as they grow. But we thought we'd stop in here and just say hi to the guys that are left, and we'll go on and find something else to do. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. We're back up here on the porch. We've been running around the yard and gathering up all the little clips we could find. So we're just gonna call this one a wrap. But we appreciate you guys coming along, taking a look at how things are progressing. Tina and I are trying to stay busy, and we're getting a lot done, but we gotta pace ourselves. So we're just doing what we can when we can. And we got some rain coming up, so we got a few things we're working on getting done now. But we're glad you guys came along. If you guys like the content here on the channel, we hope you'll subscribe. And if you do, please hit the bell down there next to the subscribe button. That'll send you notifications whenever we release a new video. And you guys, even if you are subscribed and you're seeing this video, please double check that you've rung the bell. That'll make sure YouTube's having trouble getting notifications out to everybody. But that's one way you can help ensure that you don't miss the new videos when they come out. So. And if you guys would, leave us a thumbs up and leave us a comment down below. Just say hello or anything you want, but that tells YouTube to show our videos to more people, and that really helps out the channel, and we really appreciate it. Now we're gonna go back and cover real quick. If you guys would, I left a link earlier in the video for the Keeping It Dutch channel. If you guys would, go over there, hit that subscribe button. Leave Dutch a message, tell him his ears are big and they look funny or something, and tell him Bumblebee Junction said to say it. So tell him he's got a big nose, or just anything you want, but just let him know it came from Bumblebee Junction, and send him our love. So we appreciate you guys coming by the channel. We hope you'll hit that thumbs up, leave us a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Guys, we'll catch you in the next one.